Well, good morning to you. It's Wednesday, 24th of January 2024. Yeah, that's sort of pretty. I think that's pretty. But it's been a slow process, a journey. What the next bit of this job is to get the Ironmongery back on. If we look up the middle, there should be a twisty thing and some bits and pieces to lock it in place. And the bits and pieces that lock it in place are these wonderful and old knobs and handles and things. I'm cleaning the old paint off, and this will be painted all nice and shiny and black. And it would have been a lot quicker if I'd bought a new one. There's a funny thing with these. I'm trying to preserve, where possible, the original features of the building. Well, of course, we don't know what the original features were. This goes on a window that was installed sometime after 1926. And it's possible that the window frames were installed at any time since 1926. So they could be replacements that were put in the 1950s, 60s, 70s. And the fun thing with these is, if you go to the shops that sell such things as this, you will find identical ones that are still made today. So there's no way of knowing how old this one is. Looking at the ones that are currently in the shops, I would go as far as to say that they use the original patterns. They even have the same casting marks and details on them. And why not? If you've got the patterns for these things, why not just carry on using them? Very simple mechanism. It takes a fair bit of shifting to get the old paint off. So I'm going to go and do that. Nothing clever with that. I'm just using a wire wheel and getting this assorted layer of paint, I suppose we should say. And then we'll make them beautiful. And then we'll put them back on the window. And then I'll be able to sit here drinking my tea and say, I did that. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that took a bit of doing with a wire wheel. I didn't video me wire wheeling this because I don't know a way, and I've just seen a bit that I've missed. Okay, well, I don't know a way of using a wire wheel on a job like this without removing all of the safety guards from the wheel. And there's a funny thing with safety guards. Someone makes a machine and someone manages to injure themselves, and so the people that make it make a guard to stop that happening again. And then someone finds a different way of injuring themselves, so they make another guard to stop that happening again. When really what we should have said was, well, don't be such a clumsy fool. But, of course, once a manufacturer has identified a risk and has mitigated that risk by putting a guard on it, it becomes de facto dangerous to take the guards off. And none of us should advise other people to do something that could be considered dangerous. So anyway, I got the wire wheel into all of the bits that I could. It refused to take the paint out of the corners, so I did that with a knife blade. Not with a knife, just with a knife blade. Can't show you that because that clearly is dangerous, isn't it? You know, sticking the sharp bits of a knife blade into a corner, you know, with fingers and things close to the edge of the blade. But there we are. That's done. The next bit, of course, is to throw some paint on it. And this will be all nice, shiny, gloss black. Well, more roadworks. One of the things I like about the control lamps they use here, it tells you how many seconds before it's going to change. Well, that drill press is still there. What do I want a camelback drill press for? Well, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, still got to touch the screws in, just to put some black paint on the screw heads. But yeah, I'm pleased with that.